Gay. Oh wait, hi.
Gay.
Good start already.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the first SNI of 2016. It is presently January 2nd, 2016.
2016.
No longer 2015. It's 2016. We kind of ended the year early because
Because your mother's a fat whore and you touch yourself at night. That's why.
Well, that was the main reason. But it was also because we just decided to take the last 2 weeks of the year off. So fuck you!
Also because I touch myself at night, and fuck you guys, I want to touch myself one additional night more.
Exactly.
A week
I mean,
during the
sometimes
holidays. Christmas present, man.
You just need a little extra self-love to get through the
Santa Claus
end
wants
of
some
the
loving.
So how was everybody's Christmas? Have all a good Christmas?
I don't really celebrate it, so
Okay.
fine.
How was your yet another month of getting lots of stuff?
I actually don't get a lot of gifts. I got a few things, but I don't get a lot of gifts. It's never been a thing since I was a little kid.
Oh, all right.
I mean, we just have we do give presents. I spent all my money on Christmas presents, and
now just before we get too far into it, everybody knows by this point that I finally got out to see Star Wars: The Force Awakens as of yesterday. However, we will still have to belay the in-depth discussion on SNI because Eric and Brandon still have not seen it. So
the passes are closed. I can't make Mother Nature open roads for me.
Yes, you literally, physically cannot get to the theater because there's ice and avalanches and shit. So,
sure to death after dark. Yes.
And for me, there's a giant building called IKEA that I keep getting sucked into. So I haven't.
Damn you, IKEA! But
there's this place called Snoqualmie Pass.
We're slowly
it's extremely
getting
dangerous this time of year.
Snoqualmie Pass. That's very close to where Twin Peaks is filmed. Snoqualmie, Washington.
Oh, interesting.
Awesome. Yeah.
You know, ice plus wind means, hey, look, I was on the road, but now I am not. Huh. I wonder how that happened.
So even though I am quite prepared to discuss Star Wars at great length, as is Stout, I know he actually has been discussing it at great length on his Facebook page. We're still going to have to avoid the spoilers for just a little bit longer in deference to those who have not seen it yet. And anybody in the chat who ruins it for the rest of our compadres will be permanently banned. So choose your words.
Yeah, we are taking a no bullshit.
If you're on Geeky TV right now, which you should be.
Yes.
If you look at the top of the screen, right above the chat, there are three rules.
New rules.
Don't be a dick.
Yes.
No hate speech of any kind. That includes racism, sexism, anti-Semitism, homophobia, transphobia, etc., etc., and no spoilers. You'll get permabanned for any of these things.
Yeah, 2016. We've had to get tough. So
got to get tough, Yojo.
Got to get tough, Yojo. Exactly. So this will be the year of zero tolerance for bullshit. So basically, if you come on here to be a dick, your fun will be very short-lived because we have the capability of banning your IP from the Geeky chat, which means.
Hey, Sean.
You'll be gone forever.
Does that mean that I get to ban you because you posted spoilers on my Facebook page?
Did I post spoilers on your page?
No. The rules
well, technically
are for Geeky TV.
I know, I'm just kidding.
I see. I have no idea what he's talking about, but okay.
Let's just say I deleted your comments.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what it was. I'm guessing it must have been Star Wars related. That's the only thing I can think of. But wasn't that in response to your big, massive, detailed diatribe about Star Wars, and thus was on topic?
Yes, but it also was a spoiler.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, I know what comments you're talking about. That was like today, right? Yeah, okay. I wasn't aware. I thought you had lifted the ban on your page because you were openly discussing Star Wars. So
yeah, that does seem to
just
that
assumed.
You linked to your thing on Star Wars, and I'm not fucking reading it. I don't care if there's no spoilers. Fuck you, I'll read it later.
That's the thing, though. There are no
To be-
spoilers. So,
To be fair, Stoud's post was like 800 miles long, and I didn't actually read the whole thing, so I just skipped ahead to the new stuff and
Loser.
thought, like, well, that's kind of,
I explained
guess,
the significance of the movie in intricate historic detail.
TLDR.
Which I
on,
also did a
read.
video.
No
I
spoilers.
did a video
Stab,
about
when are you going to
the-
realize that everybody on your Facebook page just TLDRs everything that you type?
Actually, hold on.
Never.
It's TLSRDR. Too long Stout ramble didn't read.
What were you gonna say, Justin?
I also did a video on the same subject, so you
So
can just
everyone's
listen to me
don't
ramble
talk
on instead.
Excellent. Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll be posting that up this week.
I
Now-
have an announcement though.
Now that said, I probably will do some kind of a video giving my thoughts, and if you want to discuss it with me on that video, I will make it very clear in the description and the title and the beginning of the video that it's going to be filled with spoilers. So consider that video, whenever it happens to be a spoiler safe zone, where if you want to discuss specific things, you can, and then everyone else can just avoid it until they've seen it.
Or until episode 8 comes out. You're talking about it there also, because we'll assume
Yes.
that you've seen episode 7.
Yes.
8.
So
Just saying.
we'll talk about it in about 2 years.
I'm just saying. Well, okay, sorry, Rogue One or whatever the next one is next year.
Yeah, they're doing like an episode, an anthology, an episode, an anthology. They're alternating year after year. So
Yep.
be a new episode every 2 years, and then a new anthology on the alternating years.
I have a special announcement I saved for the very first SNI of 2016.
Ooh.
The Box of Pain is ready. For its
Oh
first
yes, nice. I saw the Facebook post, and I was like, sweet, he's actually doing it. Awesome.
Would you like to play a game?
The box of pain terrifies me. I just want to clarify that.
He's one of the few people who knows what's inside the Box of Pain.
Oh.
I just don't know who I'm going to send it to first.
Oh man, I will gladly participate in that.
So you're saying you'll do anything to not be sent the Box of Pain? Gotcha.
Sure. Please don't send it to me. Please don't make me the first one.
Oh, I have a packet in the mail.
The rules of the Box of Pain are choose one movie,
Mhm.
watch it, do a review. It's your movie now. You don't get to put it back. No, keep it. I don't want it.
So basically, it's going to be 4 movies.
It's 3 movies and
kind
a
of
movie and a sleep. But yeah, technically it's 4 movies. But
kind
yeah,
of rotating. So there'll always be 4 movies in there.
correct.
It's not going to just get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So, and then you add a movie to the box that
Right.
you want other people to suffer through.
Excellent.
And it can't be the title you picked out.
No.
No matter, even if you happen to have the same title, I don't care. Too
Yeah.
bad.
Makes sense. Got to keep the
And then
variety
send it to
going.
somebody else. But you also have to email me with the link to your video and whatever. So I put my email in here also. So that is the Box of Pain.
Yeah.
Decorated with random stickers, which I also encourage people to add stickers to it. It says right here, add your own stickers. You know. And if there's ever any problem, like say it gets sent to somebody who has no interest in doing it, because the idea is I send it to you and then you send it to somebody else. So I'm not going to get the box back for a while. And I want to see what it comes back with.
Yeah.
Right.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I don't plan on ever seeing this box because I'm going to be one of those people you just explained. I had
Well,
absolutely
yeah, you would-
zero interest in Box
You
of
would
Pain.
email me and be like, okay, I got sent this. I'm not
I don't
interested.
like pain. Pain
Be like,
scares me.
okay, so what you're going to do is there's an address. I put a stickered address on the inside of the box on the bottom. Take the movies out,
Yeah.
write the address down, mail it to me. I'll reimburse you the money. Because if you're not going to participate, then there's
Well,
not
then
your
there's no
fault.
point.
You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
I'm not going to blame somebody for not participating.
But I bet if it was a box of pain of shitty games, you would be all over that.
Yeah. Like I said, you all know this. I'm not as big of a movie guy as you guys are. So
Yeah.
the
No,
Box
you're-
of Pain.
well,
will
you're the
be a
gamer.
Box of Pain.
You're
Yeah.
the
That game's
hardcore
garbage
gamer
gamer,
of the
for
group.
fuck's sakes.
Every group of geeks needs at least one.
Yep.
The rest of us are motherfucking casuals. Scum of the earth.
Come on, Earth, come on. Yeah.
I don't care.
love that
Because you know
song.
what? I may suck, but I have fun. So fuck all you
And the
people.
likelihood of my PS3 not making it here in one piece is becoming very evident to me. So
Oh
I
no.
will be buying a new PS3 at some point.
They're
in this
pretty
On
cheap.
the-
at
on
this
the plus
point. They're
side-
like
They're 200.
$100.
They're $210.
Not even. You can get them even less than that if you get
You
like
can
a
get a
refurb or
60
something.
gig model for $100.
Yeah.
Okay, but I want the 500 gig model.
Well, hold on. Get like one of the lower ones, like what I did, and then put a good hard drive in there with a high
Yeah.
capacity.
Or I
you
could just
know?
buy the 500 gig and just never have to worry about it.
Well,
Or-
the problem is the stock drives are so fucking slow. Like I swapped my stock 40 gig out for a Western Digital Black 750 gig, and the increase in performance is just like night and day. Like that's a 7,200 RPM drive versus the 5,400 on antidepressants that they give you. And plus, I mean, it's super easy to swap out the hard drives in those things, and you can get like a good hard
They
drive.
still
dirt
sell
cheap.
the 60 gig model? I don't see. They're all new and used only.
It's
Well,
probably,
yeah, they're not
yeah.
new. You have
No.
to get the used
No,
version.
you're not-
but most
you're
of
not
them
gonna
are
find
No,
new.
I'd want a brand new unit, and I don't have to worry about it breaking for like 8-10 years.
Yeah.
So you're one of those
That's-
people who doesn't trust refurbished.
Well,
No,
see,
I
the
just want to invest in one that's new, so I know it works.
Yeah,
and
the
I
main-
understand for
the
a long
main-
time.
parts to be concerned about in a PS3 would be the hard drive burning out and the Blu-ray drive burning out. In which case, those are both easily replaceable parts.
Except I think in the new model, the new like slim, super slim model, which
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna get.
I don't know if the
I'll buy
is the
it now,
Blu-ray
so-
drive swappable on that one, because it doesn't have a feed drive. It's got this weird slide top thing going on.
Oh, that I don't know. I'm not familiar enough with those.
My
I know the
PS3 just
fat
turned itself
one is
on to
really-
update. Scared the
I know. I know the fat one's really easy to replace. It's like, it's not cheap. It's like about $100 or $150 to get the
Right.
drive. But
Norm had an
you know.
interesting
I was
But
gonna say,
question.
considering
Oh.
how durable and long-lasting those drives are, that's a worthy investment in my book.
Yes, Eric?
I was just gonna say my PS3 that I bought back in 2009, 2008,
Yeah,
still working like a charm. No, I have never had an issue or a problem.
yeah. Mine's 2008 as well.
Oh, they're beasts. I mean, I have one from 2007, and
yeah,
it was still working like a champ. You know.
yeah. No, they're
2008.
both,
No, 2008. Sorry.
especially the fat ones. I mean, the fat ones are really solidly made.
They weigh fucking enough.
Yeah, and
I
I mean,
just don't have $200 to buy a new one, so
I
haven't
just-
gotten it.
I just open it up and blow out all the vents and all the fans periodically,
I've been
and
meaning to do that. on
yeah.
mine. I don't think I've ever done it on mine.
and then of course I swapped out the hard drive, which was already pushing 5 years. As far as I was concerned, it was time to replace it anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Manic in the chat says that his PS2 he got in 2001 still works fine. So does mine.
Yeah, the PS2s are pretty durable too. Mine,
Yeah, I still have a PS2 Fat. You know.
Mine
What was
mine
it?
survived a move from California out here to Ohio and the faceplate getting ripped.
Mine's
San
gone from
Andreas.
California to Washington to California to Texas to Washington.
wow.
So it still
San
works.
Andreas was the one that killed my PS2 Fat.
Well, played it too much, huh?
It just destroyed it. The drive started making funny noises, and then it was having trouble loading, and yeah. And then off to the Slim it was, and the Slim is still chugging away. It's a good little unit.
So Worm had asked an interesting question. He asks if Gremlins can be a kids movie. He was told it is not.
Well,
A movie for kids. I have to say on this subject that my nieces and nephew love Gremlins.
yeah.
Even though it's a scary movie, they
Yeah.
still watch it during Christmas.
You have to understand that every child is different. You have to judge each
Yeah.
child's maturity
Yeah.
on their own.
Absolutely.
Some 8-year-olds can handle PG-13, some can't. Way it goes.
Oh, Jack Torrance says GTA 4 killed his first PS3. Same with mine. Did you have the same issue I had, where it was just freezing before it even got into the game? Because that was a very common issue, apparently, and it wasn't necessarily that the game killed it. It was that the unit itself was faulty. Like, there was actually a hardware fault in certain models that I guess GTA 4 was one of the first games to utilize some of the higher functions. And as soon as it hit those higher functions, that's when the fault became apparent, and it just stopped working. So I sent mine into Sony. Well, I did a series of videos about it. They basically sent me a box, return postage paid, and they replaced it with a refurb, and it's been working like a champ ever since.
Nice. That's the other thing is when you buy a brand new unit, you got that protection plan from Sony, and it starts from the moment you fucking register it. So.
Yeah, no, it was great.
This is my original PS2 that I got back in
nice.
2000. This never had. I had a second one that my sister got, and she gave it to me. That one had the PlayStation Network, the hard drive in it. But this is stock.
At the network, yeah.
Never had the hard drive. Never had the PlayStation Network installed. So,
great unit. I miss my PS2 Fat. That was a great machine.
Yeah.
My first DVD player too.
I actually learned a little tip about the use memory cards. You might notice that one of my memory cards does not have the silver thing. That's because this memory card right here, the one without the silver thing, the circuit board, because on the inside, the circuit board just sits in a little cradle.
Yeah.
Well, the cradle snapped.
Oh.
So when I put the card in, it wouldn't read it because the little circuit board would just shift to the back of the cartridge.
It wouldn't slide in.
So what I did was I peeled off this, folded it over, and stuck it in the blank spot. So if that ever happens to you, which it very easily could, because this thing's very thin, just peel this off.
Oh, you used the sticker.
I used the sticker, folded the sticker over to fill in the blank spot to keep it pushed forward. It's worked like a charm ever since.
That's great.
So yeah, there's a little DIY. I mean, so yeah, I can take it out. It's perfect.
Like that's great. I mean, you use no additional parts there. You literally use the parts that were on the memory card to fix the memory card.
To fix the memory card. It's like a 3D printer.
The interesting thing about
the device to fix the device. Yes.
The interesting thing about that model of the PS2 is that, as we were talking about in the cram the other day, I discovered recently that that model of the PS2 is as old today as the Nintendo Entertainment System was when the PS2 first came out.
There you go. Wrap your head around that, folks.
Yeah. You said how many years was it?
Feel
15
doubly
years.
old.
15 years. So the length of time between the NES and the PS2 is the same
1980.
PS2 to now.
Same with me, Commander Shepard says the PS2 was my first DVD player and the PS3 was my first Blu-ray player. Yes, yep. Ditto.
Same here. Sony has held my hand and been with me since my first fortes into DVD and Blu-ray.
That's awesome.
I have the food man says, time to kill myself.
Super huge flask.
Oh yeah, that's my drinking one. I love using that one. Meet the booze, because whenever we're watching a bad movie, you'll know we're watching a bad movie because I'll often post that in Cram, not in Cram, in the Geeky TV chat, even though I have no reason to. There's nothing happening. Me and Justin have been watching a bad movie, and I'm just discreetly post this GIF. Without mentioning it to anyone. It's just I have to drink to get through this fucking movie.
And heavily.
Thrash Fingers goes, Sony, come with me, and you'll see a world of pure high definition.
Good.
No.
Wow.
I mean, I guess the same thing is, the PlayStation 2 was the best Blu-ray player on the market, or best DVD player on the market.
Yes.
Just the same way as the PS3 was the best Blu-ray player on the market, and still is. But the PS4 being the best Blu-ray player, the easiest, the quickest one to load a 3D movie.
Oh, any movie. Like I remember when Blu-ray first came out. I had my PS3, and I kept seeing all these things. Oh, Blu-ray takes so long to load, and then I'd pop in the Blu-ray that everyone's complaining about, and it's like, what's the problem? That took
I actually did experience and see that because I had a Generation 1 Sony Blu-ray player.
Oh, okay.
I would pop in Iron Man on my PS3, and it loaded in like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
I popped it into the Sony Blu-ray player downstairs. It would literally take close to 30 to 40 seconds to load.
Yeah.
It would literally see that little spinning logo.
I think the problem with a lot of the early ones as well is they didn't have internet capabilities, so they couldn't get firmware updates to fix that.
Yeah, you could still firmware update it. It actually did the Generation 1. It didn't have wireless, it had wired.
Oh, okay.
So you would hook it up wired, and it would self-update.
That is true, Jacob. Jacob Felger says, you know what ticks me off on the... sorry, just 1 second here. There we go.
Oh.
Yeah, let me do that, AC, because doing the permaban there. Yeah, sorry. So Jacob Felger was just saying, you know what ticks me off? PS3 is apparently region-free in regards to home video, but you add anything in the PAL format, it doesn't want to load. That is correct. Yeah, I've noticed that as well, because that's what a lot of people don't realize, is that region-free, all that means is that the content is not region-locked. If it's in NTSC or PAL, that's something else entirely. I mean, it can be region-free and be PAL format, and unless you have a player that can play PAL video and convert it on the fly to NTSC, or vice versa if you're in a PAL country, you're still screwed.
To have it truly region-free by the base definition, it would have to not only be region-free, obviously play A, B, or C regions, it would also have to be format unlocked.
Yes.
That means it has to be able to detect the refresh rate of your TV and compensate accordingly.
That's right.
Most region-free players don't.
No. Well, and the thing is, that's one of the reasons why high definition is a lot more standardized. It's basically you have your standard frame rates that are used all over the world, such as 24 frames per second. All Blu-rays are 24 frames per second, 1080p, which means other than region coding, there is no reason why you couldn't play a UK Blu-ray on a US machine and vice versa, because they're both actually the exact same format. It's just the region. In that case, it's all about region coding.
Yeah.
But with DVD content, it's different because they're still using the old standards of NTSC or PAL. So the region coding is only one piece of the puzzle.
Sherlock says hi.
Hi, Sherlock. Meow.
We're 24 here, and the region B or PAL is what, 29.9?
Region PAL is 25.
PAL is 25. Sorry.
Yeah. The difference is PAL is a slightly higher resolution, so it's 720 by 576, but it's 25 frames per second. NTSC is a slightly lower resolution, 720 by 480, but 29.97 frames per second.
PS3 and PS4 are both region-free for games, at least.
For games, yes, because games are, NTSC PAL independent. They're just data, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, but, she just curled right the fuck up and she's going right to sleep on my lap. It's so cute.
Yeah. That's interesting. Well, actually, Jack says in the UK they started releasing NTSC DVDs. I never had a problem with them. Maybe PAL can handle NTSC, but NTSC can't handle PAL. Well, actually, world standard video equipment has been a lot more common in the UK for a very long time than it ever was here. Here it's more sort of a specialty item that you have to seek out, whereas in the UK it's a lot more commonly available. And that goes back to the days of VHS. They would actually have world standard VCRs and special connector, what is it, SCART or something, some weird connector name like that?
SCART, that is right.
Which we never had here. Like, I only ever heard of that in the UK. And it's like, oh,
There's also CCAM. Don't forget about CCAM tapes, too.
CCAM is like Spain or something. I forget. There's like only a few countries. In Russia, I think.
No, yeah, it's Russia and Spain.
Yeah.
Like
I don't even know.
Countries.
That's like another format entirely. Like, it's another resolution, another frame rate.
It uses VHS, the cassette, but it's got a completely different everything else. Like, runs different and all that shit. So that's why I love Blu-ray, because it doesn't matter, because all the movies are 24 frames or 30 frames or whatever frame they're recorded in.
Yeah. So one of the ideas with Blu-ray was to do away with all of these disparate video formats all over the world, so it'd be a lot easier, in particular on the studio end, to have stuff distributed all over the world. Then it would just be a matter of licensing. Rather than
Ultra HD, the new format, that's gonna be region free. So finally.
Rather than licensing and then having to do cross-format conversion for whatever country you're sending it to. That's why a lot of the old Doctor Who episodes, for example, were sent overseas on film prints, because film was video standard independent. It was just film. Everybody used the same format of film, same frame rate, same everything. So they would put them on film, send them over here, and then that was fine. Until the 70s, when they started doing video, in which case they would do PAL to NTSC conversion. And, yeah. And there you go.
I'm petting the kitty.
Alrighty.
Anybody have any pickups?
I was literally just going to say pick
That
up
is true. Sorry, AC was just saying yet a lot of iTunes content is sometimes 25, and I've seen Blu-rays that are 25. That is correct, yes. Even though 24 frames is the standard that has been pushed and pushed and pushed, there are still some holdouts that insist on using the old frame rates. You can do 29.97, you can do 25 in 1080 resolution. Why? I don't know. But you can.
The opportunity is yours.
Well, actually, 60 frames per second, which most of us use for our YouTube videos now, is basically just double NTSC. The PAL version would be 50 frames per second. Same thing, but...
My favorite part about it is Blu-ray, now we can exhibit like silent films at their natural speed, any ghosting or artifacting, because it's 12 frames a second, and it plays at 12 frames a second, you know? So that's a thing of beauty.
That's right, yeah. Well, anything from film, that's really what Blu-ray is made for. Anything.
Yeah, it's the most film-like home video format we've ever had, too.
Absolutely. 100% accurate frame rate for the first time ever. It's awesome.
Now if we just get the framing properly and stop cropping and unmatting shit.
Well, yeah, but that's not as prevalent as it was before as well.
No, they crop a lot more if they go from 1.85 to 177, which I know is not a lot, but goddamn it, then don't do it if it's not a lot.
Yeah.
Your excuse, if it's no big deal, yeah, it's no big deal, right? Then leave it.
Jacob Felberger raises a very good point and says, I guess I'm a little miffed because I just want to watch the complete series of Count Duckula. I can only do that in Region 2 PAL format. That is true, yes. Well,
that's why you get VLC in a computer with a DVD drive.
Well, and also if you manage to find the season 1 set that we got here, which is basically the first half of the series, good luck finding it for a decent price because it's been out of print for a long time now.
Well over $100, by the way.
Yeah, it's stupidly expensive. I love Count Duckula. It's such a great show. I could just watch that for hours.
If you really want to get that one, occasionally some dummy puts it up for dirt cheap for buy it now. So I would go to Google, I go to eBay, type in Count Duckula and put an alert. Because that's what I've done for a lot of things. And I'm like, I'm not gonna pay $80 for this shit. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, or see if you can, as Skinsup was suggesting, just use VLC player and watch it on your computer. Because computer doesn't give a shit. VLC player doesn't give a shit.
It can't play Blu-rays though. You have to have a different program for that. I found a free program finally.
Well, I was gonna say, so don't feel you have to be left out just because a lot of those sets are only in the UK. To be fair, it was a bigger show in Britain than it ever was over here. Hence why they got the complete series set.
Exactly.
But
really niche here, actually.
But it's really easy to watch content like that with today's computer technology. That's how I watch all my PAL stuff.
Most TVs can be right into your computer nowadays, too. There's no reason not to just plug the fucker in and play it.
My monitor is a 40-inch TV. So.
I've got a 27-inch TV. A 21-inch TV and a 27-inch monitor.
There you go.
Got both.
And apparently Jack says he can play Blu-rays on VLC. Well, I guess.
Yeah, there is a way there's plugins.
No, hold on. Some Blu-rays don't have the copy protection, and they can play just fine. Some systems can install that weird beta driver, but most cannot install that weird beta driver that works for VLC. Me and Eric couldn't get it to work. No. Our friend Mike couldn't get it to work. But there is a program called thanks, just call it Blu-ray Player. You're a genius program. Hold on a second. I gotta open it because I can't remember what the name of the program is called.
AC was saying VLC was always shit in my mind, but it got a major improvement when it added hardware decoding. It was 5 years later on that. But,
all right, so the program's called it's called Leawo. It's Leawo Blu-ray player. It's free.
Okay.
I use VLC for everything.
I remember when I first started using VLC, I had a few minor issues with it, just some obscure codecs I didn't quite like. It took a while to get MKV support and stuff like that, but nowadays, I mean, it's the player I use more than anything else. I mean, it's a really solid player now, and
fuck Windows Media Player.
I love it.
I hate it. Make it go away.
Actually, I find Windows Media Player sometimes better at playing DVDs, like actual DVDs. It can handle the menu structure better than VLC sometimes, but
VLC can kind of derp out.
One thing that VLC is good for, though, if it is one that it doesn't have a problem with, is it skips all the ads and everything and goes straight to the main menu.
Yep.
Like, no bullshit. That's the one thing.
Also, I find that the deinterlacing in VLC is a lot better than you'll find in most DVD players or Blu-ray players or
It's pretty good.
Or, for that matter, Windows Media Player. So, I haven't found anything better so far that does a better job of deinterlacing.
Actually, Windows Media Player has really improved with the deinterlacing.
It has.
Like in a lot of the stuff that I've watched, like just in this past year, has actually looked quite good. I'd say it almost looks better than VLC sometimes.
I use MKV just to rip my Blu-rays and watch them in VLC like a champ.
Oh, there you go. Yay, MKV. There's nothing it can't do.
Yeah,
It's my favorite file format, actually.
well, that strange guy first asked me, "Hey, Garbage, can a PS4 take a 4?" I'm like, "What?" and then he corrects himself. "Hey, Garbage, can a PS4 take a 4 terabyte hard drive?" People are having problems with it. Yes and no.
I think 2s are the max it's supposed to take, I believe, or 3s?
Yeah, there have been some success with some, even the same brand, same exact model. It just really, it's like processors, you either get a gem or a dud. But yeah, they're not designed to take anything higher than 2.
Yeah, it's like, I think
There's
you can
been
get
some success with 4.
higher success rate with 3s, actually, than 4s, so might want to try a 3. Worst case scenario, you put it in your computer like, oh, I guess that didn't work. I guess I'll just get more space for my computer. Oh, don't have to return it. Wait another month.
They're talking about using Handbrake for converting stuff.
I use that for converting, yeah.
Commander Shepard says the trouble with Handbrake is that it only uses one core of your CPU. It would be nice if it could use more than one core. Yeah, I've got some older software like that. Actually, the program I use to create the Multimedia Chronicles logo for my opening titles, not the star background, but just the title part of it, just this simple, long defunct 3D animation program called Cool 3D.
I remember that.
I like it just because it was really easy to use. You could just quickly throw stuff together, and you could save out in a variety of formats. The problem is it predates the age of multiple core processors, and
by a lot.
Never been updated or optimized or anything at all to use. It was just discontinued. It was one of the last generation products from ULEAD before Corel bought them.
Well, the thing about ULEAD is none of their shit was optimized.
No, it was basically the kind of stuff you find as pack-ins with laptops and whatnot. But I really liked Cool 3D. It was just a quick and dirty, easy to use 3D program, and I've been using that logo forever. A couple of different versions of it, but otherwise it's the same.
My favorite was the one you did on my package opening. But
it would take so long to render. Like, just that 15-second logo, that was like an overnight thing. I had to leave it overnight to render the whole thing out. 1080p. I had to render out 1080p individual frames and then bring all those individual frames into ULEAD and strip them out as a sequence and then save that as a video. So that was fun.
So yeah, I mean, I use Handbrake to convert from NKV to MP4 to edit using Vegas. That's why I use Handbrake. But
God,
and it also takes all fucking night to do it because it's like, let's take the 17 gig file and make it to 5 gigs. You're like, I know, right? Go for that.
Yeah.
I'll
see you tomorrow.
my first attempts into 3D. One, I was using Maya.
Maya.
I was learning Maya because there's the Maya, there's the Student Learners Edition.
Mm-hmm.
It was literally fully featured and completely free.
Nice.
And I remember I used to go to buzz3d.com and review and tutorials. They were the people. 3D Buzz, not Buzz3D. 3dbuzz.com. If you don't know who these people are, if you've ever bought Unreal Tournament 2004, the PC edition, the DVD edition, it came with a DVD, an actual video DVD, that had tutorials on how to use the Unreal Engine to make levels and stuff. And it was these 3D Buzz people's videos. They worked with Epic Games and did a. But anyway, though, they also did tutorials for 3ds Max and Maya. And I just remember learning to use Maya. Convoluted. I always hated 3ds Max because it was like, oh god, it's so convoluted. But
it doesn't work like anything else.
No. But when learning Maya, there was actually another program that at the time had just come out. It was an independent program, and everyone was kind of like starting to like and use it. And that was a little program called Blender.
I was going to say, you know,
Blender.
Yeah, I remember Blender. Because I remember the first model I ever saw someone make in Blender was that fucking teapot.
I grabbed Bryce and the Daz 3D Studio when the company was giving it away for free. Totally legit, totally licensed. You can even get updates for it. Totally free, because I forget what it was. They got into some kerfuffle with some other company, like they were partnered with or something. So it's like, you know what? Fuck you. Here, everybody, have all our shit for free. So I was like, score, download everything.
Yeah, the only other 3D modeling program, like professional 3D modeling program that I had a chance to use was when I was in college. I got a chance to use Cinema 4D.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, that's Mac software.
I think that one used to be on the Amiga as well back in the day. Cinema 4D.
But yeah, that was an interesting one to use. God, I think I actually still have some videos on my hard drive somewhere of some of my projects I used to do in Cinema 4D. I did one where it was 2 marshmallows roasting humans over a fire. It was like scrolling text on the time going, what are the odds?
Humans roasting on an open fire.
Because that was our project. We had to have a scrolling text, we had to have a reflective light animation, and
I had to do that project.
And we had to use 4 models.
That's so like the basic test.
Yeah, so I created logs and made a little flickering fire. Then I used the default human, like already pre-rigged, pre-modeled. You just bend them and set them down. So I had them sitting on 2 logs, or had them stuck to sticks, and had kind of bent them to make it look like they were in agony, and something like that. And then I just made 2 cylinders and made them white and told everyone they were marshmallows.
There you go.
I made a snowman that grew an erection that caught on fire. My teacher said, I'm only going to pass you because you know the curriculum, but I also have to send you to the principal's office because you created porn. I'm like, okay. I'll take the B+ and go to the principal's office.
There you go. It's a good trade-off. It was worth it.
It was a flamethrower shooting a really shitty snowman. He shot flames out of his penis, and the flames looked like shit. This is like old school 3ds Max and like Maya and like a bunch of other archaic rendering software that was bullshit to use. It was awful.
I just loved how nonchalantly you described that. I made a snowman that grew an erection that then caught on fire.
That shot fire. And then shot fire. The erection shot fire, sir.
Shot fire, I see. Okay.
Sorry if I misspoke.
Parabolas of flame.
Yeah, really poorly modeled. It looked like really bad, like a Mario fire, you know? Just like super low budget. But this was like a real intro to animation class, so it wasn't like anything crazy.
No.
Fun to see
You clearly understand the principles.
Right, because I could have just been an animation part, not the designer. So some other dude designs the model and I animate it, right? Like, so as long as I do the parts of the project, they didn't care. My teacher was awesome though.
Oh God, I pulled up my
Mr.
thumb
Wright was the
drive that
shit.
I had from college, and I have all my old artwork, my songs I made in GarageBand.
Good old Garage Band.
Nice. Garage Band.
GarageBand.
Garage Band.
Garage Against the Machine Band.
Garage!
Garage music. So pickups?
I was just gonna say, we should probably get to pickups, I was gonna say.
You're just gonna say?
Were you gonna say that?
I was gonna say.
I think you should say that.
Hey, Stout, just gonna say, lower third gonna say?
Oh, well, I was gonna say that I don't have my lower third up.
I was gonna say, is that Stormtrooper headphones? Gonna say?
No, they are not.
It kind of looks like you ripped off some pieces of a Stormtrooper and made headphones out of them. Poor
What do I
Stormtrooper.
look like, Ikora Ray? It's not a spoiler. It's in the trailer.
Okay.
I actually found one of my old.
Maybe they didn't watch the trailers.
It's like 4 seconds long. It's
what?
literally shows texturing,
There we go.
reflecting light,
Yay!
keyframe animation.
I was gonna say. Welcome to the show, I was gonna say.
I regret nothing.
So who's got how much of what?
I
have 3 things.
I have 10.
I've got 3
crap.
things.
I have. Oh my god, I haven't even counted. Hold on.
Oh, I take that back. I've got 5 things.
3.
So far, I'm
1, 2, 3,
first.
4. Hold on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Sean's
12.
last. Got it.
I have
Okay.
12 things.
So you're
Yeah.
last.
12 things.
Justin's first, I suppose.
12.
Okay. In that case, Eric has 4 things, right?
Yes.
I
Okay.
have 5, so I have one more than Eric. So.
That has
First thing is right there.
Oh my god, hold on. Eric isn't going first for the first week ever.
Wow, that's
Yes.
true. That's
So
amazing.
how did you get a job?
I have money now, so I can.
Yay! I can buying.
I can has things.
I can have things. Yes.
But
There you
yes,
Spend all the monies.
the first thing is behind me.
It's Kylo Ren staring at you very evilly.
You know what I find funny that they
All day
named
and
him.
night.
They named him
Watch
Kylo
Master
Ren. Okay, Kylo Ren, big new villain, Kylo Ren. Now, in the 80s Droids cartoon, there was a big villain in it named Kybo Ren.
You know it's a reference. Come on.
Yeah, it's a reference.
It's totally a fucking reference. Just
So-
come on.
Just seems way too close.
I got that
Right.
for Christmas. My brother got that for me for Christmas. Reminded me he had a Boba Fett cut out like that
Boba
back
Fett?
when he was a teenager. Boba Fett.
Boba Fett,
Where?
So
the most
I thought that was
awesome.
I need a little Boba Fett, so whenever you do that, you go, Boba Fett.
The most awesome and loved, underused character of the entire
he
Star Wars
definitely wasn't
saga.
my favorite character.
He's alright.
Boba Fett was pretty cool, but Kylo Ren wasn't my favorite character from the new movie, but whatever. Still very cool.
Question:
Got the broadsword there.
unless this would dip into spoiler territory, but if you could have a standee of your favorite character, who would that be?
She's probably Ikora Ray. I mean, she
Yeah.
was
The
coolest.
corpse of. Oh, wait. Excuse
Yeah.
me.
The corpse of.
The corpse of blank, I don't want to say, so I know
Yeah.
that's
The
spoiler.
corpse of Jar Jar Binks.
There you go.
I want Jar Jar Binks frozen in
I will
carbonite.
just.
Mr. Rotting Jar
The
Jar
ashes
Binks.
of Uncle Owen.
I
and
will
Aunt Beru.
purposely go out and just buy a standard, like tall one like that of Jar Jar Binks. I will saw its head off and put a few bullet holes in it, and that will be like my favorite standard.
I want to make a spoof of Demolition Ranch now, but instead I shoot Jar Jar with.
The other thing I got is right here.
Yes.
Oh, so jealous of that.
I got for Christmas.
Yes, I really need to get
The
those.
first volume of the Ultimate Collection of Ninja Turtles, which
The black and white ones.
The black and white one, which is the proper one.
Hey, you know what?
Mirage
if someone wants the
Studios
color one, that's their
Well,
business.
Issues 1 through 7.
Yeah, the colorized is nice, but that's the way they were originally. If you want it truly original.
There you go.
Oh, it's beautiful.
What I like is that it's the right size too, because these are oversized comics.
That's correct.
So they're like magazine size.
Now,
that's exactly what you get here.
Now, just so you know, I don't know if you know, but I used to have some of the original comics, and I can tell you they didn't go to comic. They didn't go to comic size until issue 5. So the first 4 issues, and I think the first micro series, like the I think it was the Leonardo one, was magazine size.
They later printed them in comic book size because I have it issue 3. It's a later printing.
That's
I don't have any first editions, but I've got a bunch of like 3rd and 4th editions of the first 12 issues or so.
Yeah, I had like the 4th printing of issue 1, and it was comic size and had a new cover.
Yeah, the one I have has a wraparound cover. It's just really nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Though you might have the same one I had.
I don't know if I mentioned this one last week, but the last time we were here. But
a month ago.
If I didn't, then here we go.
Yay!
Did not mention that.
Yeah.
Sean mentioned he got the Seinfeld
series.
No, did he?
Yeah, and that's why I picked it up actually on his recommendation, and because it went down to $44.99, and I was like, damn, so
got it. So you basically got it for about the same price I did. It was $50 Canadian. So
I just recently started watching that and have been really enjoying it.
Oh, have you never seen it before, Zach?
I've always been like, fuck Seinfeld, it's not funny.
Oh my god.
That was stupid.
I didn't enjoy it when I first saw it, so I haven't watched it. But I mean,
I'm glad that you finally decided to reevaluate.
Yes,
I love that show so much.
It.
Yes.
And that's it. That's all.
Great. It's funny because a lot of it just rings so true. We've all been in a lot of those situations before.
I just watched the one last night where George, the one with the answering machine, if you remember. Not the one where he like makes his own message or anything, but yeah.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about, where he's trying to. Yes.
The girl asks him up for coffee. Yes. The girl asks him up for coffee at midnight. He's like, it's too late for that. I don't want to drink any coffee right now.
Oh my god, moron.
And then, like, moments after she walks out of the car, he's like, what was I thinking?
Right?
Coffee doesn't mean coffee.
My favorite one so far was the suede jacket.
Oh, God.
Oh, the suede.
I'll watch it eventually.
Yeah.
I gotta finish the Trailer Park Boys and Doctor Who first before I even considered anything else.
You will have a lot of fun with Seinfeld. It's definitely.
I believe it's
Speaking of Trailer Park Boys, Sean.
Yes. One thing at a time, goddammit. One thing at a time. All right, okay. Eric, you up next?
Yep.
All right.
He's got to do a rolling start on his whole schedule thing.
You have any idea how much I would like dream to have that arcade cabinet?
The Daytona USA.
A fucking Daytona USA.
Rolling start.
Let's say so. Yeah.
I do like the HD upgrade they did of that.
Oh yeah,
it looks very nice. You know.
I still prefer my special edition Dreamcast one, which has the modern Dreamcast graphics with all the original arcade sound effects.
Nice.
It is the best edition, even better than the HD upgrade.
That's pretty sweet.
So yeah, the first item I got here, obviously, I got a year of PlayStation Plus.
Yay!
Yeah.
Free shit and lots of it.
The next one I picked up because we were talking about it so much. We were hoping during the PS4 backwards compatibility for the PS2 would have been disc-based, but it's not, of course. But I still bought it anyway because I've never actually owned a copy and I wanted to. So here's Burnout 3. Take
Yes! Awesome.
Yes. I still need to find point of impact.
Best Burnout game ever.
Yes, I absolutely love
It
Burnout 3
is just stupid fun.
I got this in the mail. I put it in my PS2. I got it like almost 2-3 weeks ago, and it has not left my PS2.
That's like when I got it. Yeah.
It's just gonna live in my PS2 for a while.
Oh, I know. It's so much fun.
Oh, I love Burnout.
So much crazy, stupid shit you can do in that game.
I guess I'll do this one because this one leads up to the other one.
Right.
So the next thing I picked up this. I'd always been interested in this, but I never liked the price because it was way too fucking expensive. And that was the PlayStation Move.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah, I'd love to get one of those too, actually.
I found this on Amazon for $40.
Holy shit!
Yeah, they're cheap now, man.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
this is the Move. It comes with the ping pong on a dildo.
You want to be patient and get just the nunchuck and the camera for about 20 if you bid on it.
So yeah, that. But I also wanted the navigation controller, obviously.
Yes.
Comes with a camera, so I now have I've reacquired a PlayStation Eye.
Yay!
So you got your PS3 back in your room again?
So it's like the full kit. You got everything.
It's the full kit, and it also came with the special edition of Little Big Planet 2.
Nice. See, one of the reasons I want to get it is because I have the director's cut of Heavy Rain, and it was modified to use the Move. And I thought that'd be really. Also, I've got the HD upgraded version of Okami.
Oh my god!
If you ever talk about a game that is made for the Move, it would be fucking Okami.
I have it on the Wii. It works. Yeah. It's amazing.
Such a good game.
I want to see you do a live stream of the fucking storytelling game with you doing the Move.
Heavy Rain.
No, don't die.
It's just like
I gotta see that.
Let me give a quick reenactment of Sean playing Heavy Rain with the Move. Jason!
It can be drunk exploring his speech.
Wait till it gets to the sex scene. That would be hilarious.
Why is it making me do this?
Like jamming the Move into my hand.
Why you can squeeze them and.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. I didn't know they were squishy. That's cool.
They all light up, and people thought that it's gonna break. It's gonna have a lights. No, the light projects from inside of the dildo.
Yeah, I knew that.
Into the ping pong ball. But yeah, it's completely just
cool.
There.
So it's just like a fiber optic or something in there.
Yeah, it's just like a little light.
Yeah, polyurethane foam shit.
Sweet. And the actual reason why I picked up the Move, I wanted this game for so long, and I still don't understand why they just didn't go back and modify the old PS2 and the PS1 games to work with the Move. That would be the greatest thing ever. Time Crisis, Raising Storm.
Oh, yeah. Any of those like shooter games.
So this is Time Crisis Raising Storm. It also includes, as you can see, the arcade version of Time Crisis 4.
Nice.
And this game called Dead Storm Pirates, which I had never heard of, but it is fun as hell.
Nice.
Think of it like a rail shooter set in the worlds of Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's movie.
Cool. So there's skeletons with swords and demons with scythes, and you fight the Kraken and stuff like that. But it's just instead of just pointing and firing and shooting, which is what you do a majority of the time, there are scenes where they'll say steer the ship to get out of the way, and you have to go like this and actually steer the wheel, and you get to drive the ship by steering the wheel away from the Kraken's tentacles and away from other demon ships.
Oh, cool!
It's a really neat idea, and apparently it was an arcade game in Japan.
I was just gonna say another game that uses the Move, which makes sense because it was originally a Wii game. Dead Space Extraction.
Dead Space Extraction and House of the Dead Overkill.
Because you know what a struggle that was for me using the controller.
Yes.
I imagine it'd be a lot easier using the Move.
I actually might pick up Extraction because I'd only played the Wii version, so I'd only seen the game in standard definition.
Yeah,
I'd love to see it in HD.
Yeah, it's basically like a PS2 upgrade, like HD upgrade kind of quality.
Right.
It's not as beautiful to look at as the regular Dead Space games, but it's definitely an improvement over the Wii version.
Oh yeah.
Commander Shepard is just saying the PS Move controllers will work with the PS4 apparently as well. So.
Oh, they do? I
Yeah.
actually didn't know that.
Which is pretty cool.
I'm wondering if the camera will also.
I guess it kind of helps with the camera does too.
So yeah, I know the PS4 uses an entirely new camera.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has its own. So I
Gotta
don't
sell
know.
its, you know.
I don't know. Well, either
But,
way, I mean, I know that I would get at least some use out of it for some of the games.
Yeah, the other game that I would probably pick up at a later date. I wasn't actually too big of a fan of it. I know, but of the new House of the Dead game, House of the Dead Overkill.
Oh yeah.
It just didn't. It was really cool. Like I like the film style, where it's like it looked like an old B movie, and it was like an old grunge film.
Yeah.
And like the story was kind of funny, and the gameplay was all right. It just didn't. I didn't have that feeling of a House of the Dead game. The screen like shook every time you fired your gun. The guns didn't have a lot of oomph to them, and it just didn't feel right. Like I didn't play much of it when I had the Wii version.
Yeah.
And I ended up just playing House of the Dead 2 and 3, the version that came out on the Wii, the 2-pack.
Cool.
Because those are just arcade conversions. But
yeah, Roth says, "Yep, got both Extraction and Overkill when they each launched on the Wii, and still got the pre-order comics it came with." Yeah, I'm assuming that's the same as the Extraction comic that I have, that a very generous viewer sent me along with a pile of other Dead Space stuff. It was awesome because it was the only comic I didn't have, so I have all the Dead Space comics, which is great.
yeah,
All those pieces of the story.
so I'll have to try that. I'll have to see if the camera works.
Oh, I like the sound. I didn't know about that. Commander Shepard says the PlayStation VR system that is coming out this year uses the PS4 camera and the PS Move controllers. I didn't know they had a VR system coming out.
Morpheus?
That's
Yeah, Project Morpheus.
cool. Yes, please.
That's right. And what's interesting about it is probably something obviously you didn't know about it. They actually worked pretty closely with Oculus.
Nice.
So it's going to be similar technology that's going to be in the Oculus Rift.
That is awesome.
So is that all your pickups, Eric?
Yes.
There's a bunch
is
of us
awesome.
still.
Yes.
We got sidetracked for 10 minutes there. I mean,
That's
same.
okay. There's lots of cool gaming stuff to discuss. All right, who's next?
I am, but
You are?
yeah. So, you ready?
Okay. Yes.
We got the limited edition Blood Rage with the slipcover and the bonus disc.
Ooh, sexy.
Paranorman for $5.
I still gotta pick that up. Such a great movie.
And Kenji Fukasaku's Files of Unknown Humanity box set, which I'm working on a hellaciously long review for.
That's beautiful.
And then I got a Retron 5 down here in this.
Yay!
I got a Hop Hog HD VR whatever.
Oh, there it is.
Thing. And then down here I got a pair of Mackie CR3 balanced audio monitors.
Nice.
Studio monitors, excuse me.
Cool.
So I can edit with, beautiful sound. Clean.
Absolutely.
You know how it goes.
I do.
They sound
You were
amazing.
quick.
Is that the whole? Well,
Yeah.
shit. Who's
That's
next?
a shame.
Yes, I am.
I just want.
All right.
It has nothing really to talk about.
All right.
This is gonna be a 30-minute review.
Well, you're doing big videos, so all right,
Yeah.
we'll wait for the videos.
I'm
Okay.
at like 500-600 words right now, and I'm just getting to the first review of the first movie.
Damn.
Yep.
All right. Go for it, Zach. You're up.
Okay, for as far as the Christmas stuff I got, Cards Against Humanity, the 6th expansion,
Yay!
Always fun.
and then Tough Shit by Kevin Smith, which has
Nice.
the greatest opening line of a book ever, which I will read right now.
Okay.
And I quote, "I am a product of Don Smith's balls." As far as other books I got this big-ass collected edition of A Christmas Carol with other Christmas stories by Charles Dickens.
Nice.
I got volumes 1 and 2 of Sandman.
Oh,
nice.
beautiful. Have you never read those?
No.
I have
Oh my God!
only
you're in
volume
for
1 I need to
such a
get.
treat. Those are so good. Yeah.
And
The
then
first one is good. Volume 2 is where it really comes into its own, and then you'll go, now I get it.
Next one is a humor book I picked up called God is Disappointed in You.
That's awesome.
It's essentially the Bible condensed down to its core message with some humor thrown into it.
That's awesome. Even like bound like a Bible too. That's
Yeah,
great.
gold leafing on the edges and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And then because I paid premium prices to see this movie and drove all that way, the theater was nice enough, and well, the Weinstein Company as well, to give out programs for the Hateful Eight in 7mm.
Nice.
I hate you in so many ways. May cancer afflict all your children.
Very much.
And then for the Blu-rays,
I just don't have. There's nowhere near me. There's not even one in Seattle right now.
Yep, I was lucky to have just the one.
There's no IMAX. The closest IMAX to me is down in Victoria, and that's a 2-hour
It's not even
bus
IMAX.
ride
It's
away.
70mm. It's you have to have a theater with a 70mm projector. They can't
But
put them on IMAX.
They charged the IMAX price for mine.
Yeah,
Of
of course.
Yeah.
But you get a
Well,
program.
he wanted IMAX. He wanted IMAX, but fucking Disney booked them all for Star Wars, so he was screwed. You can't fight the mouse.
No, that was just one theater. The Cinerama Dome.
Yeah.
That was the dispute.
Oh, that was the one.
And,
Yeah.
and Disney wanted the Cinerama Dome, and they had booked it with Tarantino, and then they threatened to pull it from all of their theaters because they didn't want to play it in one. And you know what I would have said? Okay, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Because Disney doesn't see that money either.
Yeah.
You know? I would have been like, too bad. See you in 2 weeks, bro.
Oh well.
And then for Blu-rays, I only got 3. I
Okay.
got Dial M for Murder 3D for $12.99,
Never seen
which
Pick that
apparently looks like crap. So
Really?
I don't know. We'll
Well,
see.
what some people may not realize, they may think, why the hell would they post-process a Hitchcock movie? That's blasphemy. It was actually filmed in 3D back in the day. It's the one and only genuine 3D movie that Hitchcock ever did. So, yeah.
And then the last 2 I picked up. I have the third one of this on Blu-ray. I didn't have a chance till this year to pick them up cheap on Blu-ray. So in these creepy ass fucking covers, Toy Story 1 and 2.
Oh, I've seen those covers around.
God, they're so fucking creepy.
DreamWorks has been doing covers like that for their stuff as well, like just weird, creepy close-ups of.
At least it's not stark white minimalist covers. At least.
No, that's true.
Jesus Christ! Can we stop doing that?
Yeah. All right. I guess.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yep.
It's Justin's turn.
Okay.
What do you mean, my turn?
You went first.
That's right. I'm so used to Justin having a stack. I'm sorry.
All right. So I don't have any games this time. I got a little bit of Christmas stuff and then some pickups.
Christmas stuff.
So for Christmas stuff, I mostly got gift cards, which have been spent already because a lot of them are for Rosie. And there was an Amazon one which I used to get some stuff for Rosie. So first off, got a 2016 16-month mini calendar of Star Wars for this year, which of course features all pictures from the new movie. So there you go. Really no spoilers there. Nothing you don't know from the trailer.
It's all shit from the trailer. Yeah. It's all promotional photos.
It's just character shots.
It's not like a specific character getting his face shot in or anything. You know?
Well, exactly. It's beauty shots with no context. So
exactly.
And then carrying on with the Star Wars-ness, got Star Wars, the original trilogy stories. So these are basically the children's sort of storybook versions.
Oh.
Now, these look like photos. They're actually paintings.
Yeah.
Based on photos. And they're really, really nice. So it's this beautiful, like, silver-lined hardcover book.
Silver leaf edges.
Reprinting all of the 3 original trilogy.
Well,
what?
son of a bitch, I'm gonna get that now. What is that called again?
It's called Star Wars: The Original Trilogy Stories. It's a very, very classy edition. Rosie got the alternate version of this, which is the individual storybooks with the read along with me in your book CDs. Which actually have full cast.
Checking my bank account right now. Hold on.
And then
That's so badass, dude. You kidding me?
And then got this one, the Star Wars Poster a Page, Heroes and Villains.
Holy Christ.
Nice.
A whole variety of mini posters and large posters, and it's hard to see here. Empire is Watching, and Tall, Dark, and Awesome. And
See, that just looks like a cash in.
as good as here, All Terrain Terror. And, yeah, we got all kinds.
If it were just fucking nothing but Star Wars posters.
Never tell me the odds. Yeah,
oh,
so
I do have the money technically.
There's like 7 oversized posters. You can see mini versions of them all there. Some of them are reproductions of like various versions of the movie posters. We got where was it here? There's where to find it here? Yeah, so we got like The Empire Needs You.
I fucking love that poster.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, that's a good poster. And then there's
there's the Golden Book trilogy set. That's
Redemption
cool.
Happens.
That's like twice as much.
There you
That
go.
is so beautiful.
Yeah.
That's the Revenge of the Jedi.
That's the Revenge of the Jedi one. And then finally
that was the Jiztastic poster.
Then finally for books, I got Doctor Who Impossible Worlds, a 50-year treasury of art and design.
Well,
Nice.
that is perfect for you, sir.
Just give you a little look here. So we got like different concept art for the TARDIS interiors, and I don't know what else we got. I'm just gonna go to random pages. Got Dalek designs. That's so awesome. And what else? Got like some kind of Cyberman making machine and
Good Night
No.
Vader. Tempted to buy that.
K9 there. And what else? Got more. Got Suntarans and other stuff. So it is very new series centric for the most part, but there is a nice selection of stuff from the old show as well. So just overall a pretty cool book with some cool stuff. And there you go. So that's it for the basically for the most part the Christmas gifts, just the books and whatnot. And the rest, as I say, was gift cards. I also got some clothes and stuff, but you don't care about that shit. So, so this was the one Blu-ray I got from Mum, and then she gave me gift cards for the rest. So I got Red 2, because she gave me Red 1 a couple packages ago. So
I haven't seen either of them.
She says they're great. She really enjoyed them. Said they're very funny and just really really fun.
So did my
movies.
dad, which worries me.
So. Yeah, my mom generally knows the kind of stuff that I'll like, so I generally
Not my kind of movie.
judgment. Got Taken 3 because it was on sale.
I need to. That's the only one I'm missing right now.
I have the first 2, so I thought I might as well get the third one and then do a trilogy triple bill.
The first 2 I really liked. I am prepared to be disappointed with the third one because it's not very good. So.
Now, Mom picked up the first one for me a while ago. I thought, you know what, let's check out the whole series, because since I've been hearing about it since, I've actually become kind of curious about it, and it sounds like something I might enjoy. Plus, I mean, at the very least, I'll just watch it for the actress who stars in them, because I'm absolutely in love with her. Plus, these are both on sale for like $7, so I couldn't pass that up. So I picked up The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay, Part 1.
Yeah.
Which actually still goes for like $30. I got this for $7.
Wow.
So I was not going to pass that up.
I liked the first movie, but I just have like no drive to even check out the rest.
The second one's alright. I haven't seen the third one.
I figured I'm probably just going to wait till the last one comes out, and then I'll watch all 4 back to back. Last one's still in theaters.
Like something you would do. Sounds like a McLean thing to do.
And this one, I know you'll be happy about this skin slip that I finally picked this up. Not to mention the fact I got it for $3.97. The Peter Jackson King Kong on Blu-ray.
All you need is the extended edition DVD because it's got a whole bunch of special features and the production diary set, and you'll have everything.
Yes, I know about the production diary. So
those both can get both like total for like $25. I mean,
I know, because nobody gives a shit about it, but but we do.
Exactly.
This does include both cuts of the movie though, so at least I can see the extended version.
Yeah.
So very
Looks
cool.
really nice.
A lot of people's first experience in Blu-ray.
So $3.97. I couldn't pass that up. I mean, I was like, okay, this is the day I finally buy this. I've waited long. It is a sign. And these ones were not on sale. They're new releases, but I didn't want to miss out on them, particularly the slipcover for this one. Yeah, fuck all the scalpers who snagged the steelbooks. I held the steelbook in my hand, and I could have bought it that day, but I chose not to, because that was my choice. Yeah. So I picked up the regular 3D edition of Ant-Man. So there you go. So the Marvel Universe collection is all up to date. I still have to watch all the most recent ones, but at least I've got them all.
I haven't seen that one, and I feel like I'm missing one more.
I actually like this slipcover more than I like the steelbook cover, to be honest. So, fuck the steelbook.
Yeah.
I really just sort of seek out the steelbooks for the Avengers ones anyway, because to me they're the big special event movies.
Those are the only ones I have in the steelbook. Oh, I did something monumentally stupid. I was sick as a dog the other morning, and I'm sitting in a toilet, and I get an email telling me there's a sale on Avengers on Blu-ray for $10. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy this. All right, bought it. And I'm sitting there, and I come back to my room, and I'm about to fall back to sleep. I'm like, holy fuck, I already own it. I'm such a dumbass.
I was gonna say, didn't you already get that like a while ago?
Yes.
You just like it's just his saying, sale must buy.
Exactly. That's a great deal. But I already own it.
I forgive you. You were poop drunk.
I'm just going to buy it because it's a great deal. It doesn't matter that I already own it.
I was poop drunk. Thank you.
All right. And finally picked up, had to complete the set. Got the Hobbit 3D Extended Edition of the Battle of Five Armies. So, very nice lenticular cover there. Kind of
waiting on the box set to go down.
Yeah, and everybody's waiting. There is a box set of the. So that's what the spine looks like there. And the back, and let's take that off, and there you go. So this has the last of the production diaries as well, of course. But yeah, so there is a box set of just the extended editions, I think, but not of the 3D version. So I don't know what the story is there.
There is a box set of the 3D version, but it's an Amazon exclusive.
Okay, I knew there was something that was an exclusive. I was like, what? The 3D version is going to be an Amazon exclusive? Fuck you, Amazon!
No, it's the extended cut
one. No, it's just the box set.
I don't care about 3D. I'm fine with that.
Dude, okay, the Hobbit movies are awesome in 3D. Like, they really use it well, I have to say. I saw the second and third ones in 3D. I saw the second one in high frame rate 3D, which I thought was amazing. I don't know what people were complaining about. I thought it looked fantastic.
Basically, the only thing I'm going to do is watch the extended cuts. I don't even own theatrical cuts of the first ones. So.
No, same here. I will only watch the extended cuts of those. Now, the Hobbit extended cuts aren't as extended as the Lord of the Rings ones were. I mean, Lord of the Rings...
That's because it's a fucking 200-page book.
Well, I mean,
they're fucking 9 hours.
They pull in a lot of material from, like, the other supplementary stuff as well. But,
stuff, I know.
Yeah, but they... But yeah, with Lord of the Rings, it's like getting a fourth movie. There's that much stuff that's been added, like literally 2 hours worth of stuff. With The Hobbit, I think you've got about an hour of additional stuff total between the three of them.
If that.
And then last, but most certainly not least, I saw this a couple weeks ago when I didn't have the money for it, and I was kicking myself for not finding a way to buy it. So I went back to Best Buy today, not even looking for it, just going to see what Boxing Day, Boxing Week deals still remained. And lo and behold, this was still there on the shelf for $59.99. The complete series of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
We were just joking about that the other night.
I know. All 7 seasons, 39 discs, all 144 episodes. I can finally see the rest of it. They've also got Angel there for $40. I was very tempted, but I thought, you know what? Buffy's the one I really, really want. But here's the thing. This is not quite the same as the Chosen One collection that came out a while ago. It's literally the 7 season sets in a big-ass box.
Yep. Nothing special about it. Great, you got a fancy slip.
That's okay. Whatever. It's It is a nice box though, and I do like that. I actually like it better than the design on the Chosen One collection, to be honest. And it'll fit on the shelf nicer as well.
There's a printing on the top,
Yes.
so you could stand it vertically too if you needed to.
I could stand
In
it
desperate
vertically,
times.
or
Yeah.
I could stand
Well,
it
that's
that
good.
way.
Sometimes box sets don't
Yeah.
have printing on the top, or it's
That's
all
true.
weird and like, why?
Or some don't have any like on the side. Like my Hulk one
Right.
has nothing on the side. It's only
And I'm
on
like,
the
but I
front.
want to put it like this. So I'm running out of space, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like, and now I'm like, is this Spartacus? No, has it been her? No. This one's been
Yeah.
her. Okay.
But it's not embossed or anything. It's just the logo and stuff is glossy. The rest is matte. But very nice. I'm just glad to finally have it. I've been wanting that show for a very long time. I saw so little of it when it was originally on. I only watched like the first couple seasons and then just random episodes. So yeah,
Random
there you go.
episodes.
And that is it. That is everything.
Right.
So yeah, pretty good
I'm
stuff.
sure there were a whole bunch of questions, but I was neglecting the chat.
I'm sure there were.
I'm
Yes.
stoned and distracted. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, JL says it's like the Full House set, which apparently is just the season sets in a house.
Yep.
Good.
Blue Corner says Ant-Man is must-see in 3D. So that's a good.
Yeah, it's eye-crossingly good.
Good use. Oh. Eye-crossingly good.
It looks like there's a DC box set for the storybooks for like a bunch of classic DC characters. Like the storybook box set you have, or the storybook hardcover, they have one for DC superheroes, like the old book, the old story.
That's cool.
$8.48 on Amazon.
Nice. Is it like a hardcover?
Yeah.
That's stupidly cheap for a hardcover of that size and quality. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's all glossy, full-color pages in there. I mean, that's probably.
And there's apparently a Marvel Superheroes one, but it looks like it's a newer one, actually. It is.
Let's see here.
Gotta be careful.
Now, I should mention, I know there's been talk of. Commander Shepard first out says, just a heads up that the Battle of Five Armies Extended Edition is rated R. Well, technically it's unrated, but I take your point. It's probably a little more intense, but that's okay. Rosie's been watching the extended versions. Rosie's been watching the extended versions of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. She has no problem with those at all. And we saw the movie in the theater. There's some other things here. Let's see. Yeah, Jack Torrance says he had all the Phase 1, Marvel Phase 1 steelbooks, sold them and got the briefcase set instead. Let's see here. 3D movies. Some people like it, some people don't. Thrashfinger says, I wonder if 3D will ever turn a PG-13 movie into R.
And then I commented, like, the 3D version for Wizard of Oz, the original.
Those erect nipples were PG-13 in 2D.
Yeah.
But
there are because they're borderline poking you in the eye at this point.
When they're 12 inches out of the screen. That's interesting. Bluto. Zach says the Wizard of Oz's 3D version is PG, the 2D is G. That's interesting. I wonder why that is.
Blue Corner says he's only missing the Avengers 1 and Winter Soldier steelbooks. He's got like everything else in steelbook.
Oh, nice.
Yes, looking at the back of the middle pack, it says Wizard of Oz 3D PG for some scary moments.
Oh.
I wonder if they're still banking off the idea that the flying monkeys are still scary.
They're fucking frightening.
For me, the Marvel ones is more about the slipcovers than the steelbooks. So
I don't even give a shit about those either.
I don't
have any of those.
I all of them. I have slipcovers for all of them.
The only slipcovers I have are Avengers 1, and I don't want it because I don't need it.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's a couple of specific editions I want to get just to kind of upgrade the ones I have. Like Captain America, I want to get the 3D version. The first Thor, I want to get the 3D version. Then I'll have at Iron Man 3, I want to get the 3D version. Then I'll have all the 3D versions. But they need to do the 3D versions with the slipcovers. So
Yeah, I didn't get any. There was no slipcover for Guardians of the Galaxy, so I just went with it.
Really?
Yeah.
That was such a widely available slipcover. I'm surprised.
Hey, Sean, look at what Commander Shepard just said.
Hold on. I'm just working my way through here. There was something about.
I sent him information about that.
Hold on a second. There's something
the minute it was
about-
announced, I told Sean.
Oh, Roth says there's a new James Bond collection Blu-ray coming. That's a pretty good price. Yeah, they got a new collection coming out. Jack Torrance adds Too Bad Man with the Golden Gun and GoldenEye won't be remastered. Yeah, they're basically it's just another repackage, folks. Nothing new. Nothing new to see here. Which is why I'm not going to be repurchasing that collection anytime soon. And even if I do any repurchases, it would just be of those two particular movies if they get remastered.
You gotta get the 3 live Criterion Laserdiscs too.
Wow, that'd be nice. Yeah, good luck with that. Commander Shepard mentions, yes, Howard the Duck is coming out on Blu-ray in March. Finally, yes.
I told him literally the moment the information got posted on the internet, he knew. I made sure he knew.
It's cheap too. It's like $14.
Yeah, that's the starting price for most studio titles now.
Most awesome. Bare bones titles at that.
Yeah,
that tells me it's not going to have any special features.
If that's the case, then that's the case. I mean, we've got the DVD. The DVD is cheap, and it's got some very nice extras on it.
If the DVD has special features, they'll probably get ported over, because Last Dragon, all special features got ported over. They actually did new special features for that one, but that was uncommon.
I really hope that they maybe perhaps include the music video this time. That'd be really nice.
Probably not.
Good luck.
You know,
it wasn't available for rights in DVD. Probably not available for rights in Blu-ray.
Yeah, but Universal owns all the rights to everything in that music video.
I know.
There's no reason they couldn't include it. They have their own fucking music library. They own everything.
They just don't care. That's why.
Yeah, well, that's the real reason. They're there. It's nothing to do with that. But and it sucks, because that's the closest we will ever get to a sequel to that movie, because it takes place after the movie, during the concert at the end. There's like a little story to the whole music video.
Interesting.
I love it. Yeah. You can see it on YouTube, but it'd be nice to see it in, like, better quality.
You mean you don't have a high-quality VHS rip?
I recorded it in 1986 when it was on television.
So why have you disseminated DVD copies of this to your friends?
Because
what kind of friend are you?
Because it's a shitty VHS recording from 1986. The ones on YouTube are actually better. Oh. This was before I started recording in SP. I'll put it that way. So it's lo-fi EP mono.
There was a time when you didn't record an SP?
Yes, there was precisely 2 years, 1984 to 1986.
How could you?
And then 1987, I was like, wait a minute, SP's better. So then everything was SP from then on. It drove my parents crazy, because suddenly all my allowance, which used to be spent on comic books, was now going to blank VHS tapes, because I'd burn through them really fast.
Why would that? No, it's your business. It's your allowance.
I don't know. It's like I'm washing your fucking car 6 times a week to earn that money. So.
Jesus.
Sometimes twice a day.
Your car is so clean.
I'm rubbing it so much the fucking paint's coming off, motherfucker.
Like single dandelion.
You're gonna pay me to repaint it.
That'd be even more money. Yay!
Yeah, everyone at jail in the chat's talking about Balto on Blu-ray.
No interest. Didn't like it.
I was gonna say I was hoping I wasn't.
I'm not a '90s kid though.
Didn't really give a shit about Balto when it came out.
I like
a lot of '90 kids have like nostalgia for it. So I'm glad you guys are getting that, but I zero interest.
Rosie actually has the trilogy on Blu-ray. I think a couple times, or on DVD, a couple times over. I think. I know Frank sent it to her, and then I think my mom sent it to her as well. So. She
has Pebble and the Penguin also, right?
She's all Baltoed up. Yeah, she loves the Pebble and the Penguin.
Yes!
She's watched that one quite a few times.
That's because that movie's the shit, that's why.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, because
I need to send her a copy of Baby Secret of the Lost.
Oh, I don't think I've ever
Balto
seen
for
that.
me was one of those movies.
You've never seen that?
No,
Yeah.
it was a little bit after my time.
I wouldn't really say for me
It's
that
not very good.
it was a little after my time. It was just, it came out during that awkward period where I was not really much interested in like Disney-style animated movies. I was more into Pixar.
Yeah.
I was more into like 3D animated Disney movies. And then Balto came out, and I was just, and plus I thought it was kind of girly. It was all about, loving of puppies and wolves, and I was like, oh god.
Oh, girly.
And something like that, so I was just like, yeah. So I kind of never. I saw it many years later. It's not a bad movie by any means. It's just kind of dumb.
It has a beautiful score.
Yes, it does. I will give it that.
I haven't seen it in like a decade. I have no interest in it.
Which one, Baby?
No, Balto.
Oh,
yeah,
Balto.
JL, I know Balto's the Universal, not Disney. I'm saying Disney-like, Disney animated style.
Like that
That's
style.
kind of what
Yeah.
Balto
Traditional
was.
animated.
It's that late '90s where everything is very crisp and sharp and not yet animated on like Flash, but still, animated in a very non.
Well, they were starting to move
detailed.
away from. Well, they were starting to move away from using cell anime, like actual physical cells for animation, and doing them digitally on computer. Like digital editing was really just starting to pick up steam at that time. So they were still being done in the traditional way, technique-wise, but a lot of the times they're being done all on computers. So you didn't have that dirt and sort of that rough look that traditional cell animation would give you.
And I will openly admit one of the other reasons I didn't watch Balto for so many years is because I honestly thought it was one of those shitty made-for-TV Disney animated movies.
Wow.
That's the only place I saw it. I never knew it was in theaters because
and all the Balto
really
fans rage.
Because around the same time Balto came out, there was also like Lilo and Stitch. And so I don't fucking care. Lick my salty, sweaty nutsack for all I give it. It's just, movies that movies I don't care about. I'm not saying they're bad. I just personally don't care about them. Balto, Lilo and Stitch, and pretty much anything that came out from like 1999 to about 2004.
So what you're saying is Atlantis is your favorite movie.
I love Atlantis. The problem with Atlantis is it rips off Mike Mignola's art style and never
The Emperor's New Groove was
pretty good.
That one was actually one of the ones I actually more enjoyed during that time. But the Road to El Dorado, Atlantis, the Road to El Dorado, and so the movies like that, I just never.
I saw Road to El Dorado in theater.
I never.
Was Atlantis the one with the voice of Michael J. Fox?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Atlantis is awesome.
I remember seeing that. I never saw it. Underrated. I remember. Yeah.
That one and Treasure Planet got shat on, but dude, those are
Treasure Planet. I always get those two mixed up for some reason. Probably because they came out close to each other.
Yeah, one was like one summer and the next summer.
Yeah.
Again, how it goes. Average Gamer, what's your opinion on Land Before Time 14?
Also, Titan AE is another one that gets shit on, but Titan AE is also awesome.
Yeah, Titan AE is fucking awesome.
There's 14 Land Before Times now.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, there are. They really are.
Stop.
Seriously are. Really.
Just stop. Who is even still watching these? Like, who
Nobody
actually cares?
90s kids had kids too.
No, you don't understand. Hold on. Here's the thing.
How are
no
they
one was
making
watching
money?
them. No one was watching them except dumb kids who went to Blockbuster because mostly of them got done because they had deals with Blockbuster. They get paid $250,000 per title. Same thing Asylum was doing.
Yeah.
That's how and they'd make a movie for $100,000 and pocket $150,000 profit immediately before they even start making profit from rentals.
Crazy.
So that's the same thing they were doing with all those fucking direct-to-video cartoons. Honestly, yes.
Yeah, $250,000.
Disney was doing it with all the fucking
$10,000 in profit from rentals.
That's why Disney was pumping out all the shitty like Cinderella 4, 5, 7, 9.
God.
nipple, whatever.
I remember when they did like a whole spate of those, like Cinderella 2, Bambi 2, and all these.
Lady and the Tramp 2.
That's because they had deals like that for rental markets. It's the same thing.
102 Dalmatians.
Roger
really?
Roger Corman and what's his face from fucking Charles Band were both doing that in the 80s with movies.
Yeah.
And then all those animated companies were like, wait a minute. You mean
It's
we can
not
farm
that-
this shit out to Korea?
Good idea.
It's not just that they
Yeah.
looked bad from the offset. It's that if you actually go through and watch those movies, each and every one of them is fucking terrible.
Except Lion King at
Unforgivably
1.5.
bad.
You've
Lion
seen a
King
few, I
1.5
gather,
is the
Steph.
one good one.
Yes,
That's
it
true.
was good.
Well, the
Yeah,
first
well,
one,
that's
the
theatrical.
first one was a theatrical film, and it was fucking Don Bluth. I mean, that man knows how to make a good animated film. You know.
So yeah, Lion King 1.5 is good. Lion King 2, Simba's Pride can go fuck itself. Just saying.
Jay Torrance goes Lady and the Two Tramps.
Oh Jesus. Oh God, Doggy Gangbang. I don't want to interrupt that shit.
Now, JL was just asking, what about Brother Bear? I actually really like Brother Bear.
Brother Bear's
I know,
the shit. Also,
I know some people don't, but I don't know what their problem is. I really liked it a lot. I actually saw that in the theater.
That movie started my fascination with shifting aspect ratios.
But
Shifting aspect ratio. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
anybody who tells you that Stallion or whatever, Spirit of the Cimarron, that piece of shit is good, they're a fucking asshole. That movie's a pile of shit. Okay?
Fuck that Brian Adams song.
Well, see, one of the things I loved about Brother Bear was it had Bob and Doug McKenzie as the two moose.
I know.
And they were hilarious. That was like a reunion thing for them. They hadn't done anything for years.
Oh, Emperor Kronk's New Groove and the Stitch sequels, like Lilo and Stitch 2 and Stitch 2, and Stitch the movie. All those Stitch movies, those are all solid. To be fair about sequels.
Yeah, Kronk's New Groove is funny because Patrick Warburton. What more needs to be
brilliant.
said? Yeah, anything Patrick Warburton does, I'm there. But
someone beat me in the chat to it. Aladdin 4, Jafar may need glasses.
I said that.
Oh shit, that's some crazy shit going down. Okay.
yeah. Why don't we have the Aladdin animated series on DVD in
I
full?
love Aladdin.
It was better than
What
all
about
of the sequels.
Aren't we missing
really
a volume
was.
of Gargoyles and Tailspin and Gummy Bears and Darkwing Duck and
Duckwing Dark, yep.
and aren't they all missing one volume still?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
That-
look
actually,
at those
I think-
first, please.
Actually, hold on. I think they finished.
DuckTales
Tailspin
finished.
and Rescue Rangers. I
And DuckTales.
think DuckTales is not finished.
Really? I thought all 4 volumes were out.
No, it's still missing one volume.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Darkwing Duck is missing a volume. Gummy Bears is missing a
And
volume.
Marsupilami's still missing.
Goof Troop, I believe, was finished. So we got.
Oh,
Goof
really?
Troop.
I
Yeah.
didn't get that. That's a great show.
Timon and Pumbaa, the series.
No,
Timon and Pumbaa, no.
Everyone loved that series.
that was a good
No,
show.
The only place I've seen any episodes of Aladdin or some of the other ones is the Disney Princess Stories collection.
See, there
So
was
they
a
had like a few disparate episodes of Aladdin on there because, of course, Princess Jasmine. But that was it. I mean, that's really all I've seen on DVD. So you got to get the Princess Stories, and you'll get 3
Fuck this,
of
man.
the 65 episodes, however many they did.
I'm gonna see if my Smash has the show.
I just don't get it. I mean, they've
What the fuck, Disney?
I mean, they've re-released the movies ad nauseum, but they just refuse to release the show. I don't get it.
I had no idea. Same reason why we don't have, the Spider-Man series or Spider-Man Unlimited or the Hulk series. Or,
Oh, there's so
Or-
much stuff.
what,
Yeah,
what,
I-
Season 2 of Fantastic Four we're still missing, aren't we?
No, we got season 2 of. We got the Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay.
We got the
Then-
90s one and the 2000s.
But we didn't get Silver
Four
Surfer
one.
then.
We did not get Silver Surfer. We did not get the 70s or 80s Fantastic Four.
And there was no Ghost Rider show, right? Those commercials were just animated.
There was no Ghost Rider show.
Damn, they had toys in the commercial animated, so I was like,
there's a lot of stuff.
show.
There's Spider-Man. There's Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. There's 90s
Swamp Thing
Spider-Man.
still hasn't got finished, the animated series, right?
There's actually Swamp Thing was only 5 episodes. They only did a miniseries, so that was it. That's been released. What was it? There's Spider-Woman. There's all 3 Hulk series. The
That
60s,
Thor
80s,
series.
and 90s one. There's
In the 60s.
there's actually, it was the Marvel Superheroes show.
Okay,
So
I had a bunch of VHS, and it was just Thor.
It was 65 episodes, 5 different series, each of which had 13 episodes. They would show 1 of each per day, Monday through Friday, in a 13-week rotation. So
Captain America, Thor, Hulk.
You had Thor, Captain America, Hulk, Submariner, and Iron Man. That's what it was.
Iron Man, right? Yeah.
So it was the Marvel Superheroes show.
When Captain America throws his mighty shield.
That ever-loving Hulk.
Oh yeah.
Hulk.
Back in the day, back in the 90s, when Pick and Save still existed before they became Big Lots, there was while they had they were liquidating VHS, and I got the whole fucking line.
Oh yeah,
they had like 3 episodes or 2 episodes on it.
God,
they had a shit ton of those. Yeah, those well, they're not on that shelf anymore. I moved them, but that Heroes and Villains box sets I got is DVD re-releases of several of those VHS volumes. Because I remember seeing those around a lot as well, and there was just like so many of them. Like, what are these shows? Like, I'd never even heard of them. Like, I didn't even know there was Marvel cartoons done before the 80s or before like the late 70s. So I was just like really curious about them. So generally, it would be like a couple episodes from that Marvel Superheroes show, and then they'd fill it out with some episodes of Spider-Man, the 60s series, because there was lots of those to go around. So we got Spider-Man. But the others have only been released in the UK.
And all those VHS I had, I also had Pride of the X-Men.
Oh yeah, I still got my Pride of the X-Men.
I don't. They got left in a rat-infested garage back in Camarillo. No, Oxnard. Not Oxnard. Near the Walmart. I used to
X-Men.
Housing development, and
coming your way.
There were rats in the garage because my roommate was a cunt.
That is incorrect, Commander Shepard. Star Wars Droids has been released on DVD. However, only in 2 movie-style compilations of 2 of the story arcs, with all of the music and sound effects redone and everything re-edited into movie form. Yeah, that I would... And Ewoks got the same treatment with 2 of its story arcs.
Yep. And those DVDs are stupid expensive.
I have the Droids one. I don't have the Ewoks one. I wasn't really that interested in the Ewoks.
I wanted the fucking 2 Ewok movie one, but that shit's expensive as fuck, too.
I do have the 2 Ewok movie one. But they... yeah, I mean, because Droids was not that long. It was only a single 13-episode season, and then they did a 1-hour special. So the equivalent of 15 half-hour episodes. Why is that not out on like a 2 or 3 DVD set? Done. You know, just
print on demand, in fact.
Like, just fucking do it, please, because that was a great show. I really liked that show a lot. I mean, it had an ongoing story arc, and it was the first time ever that we actually had some kind of a prequel story, because it actually took place prior to the events of the original Star Wars. So it was the early adventures of C-3PO and R2-D2 before they, you know, met up with Luke and Leia and all of them. So, pretty cool. And it was good. And the thing I liked about it was it really felt like Star Wars. I mean, it took place during, you know, the early days of the Empire and everything. So the stormtroopers were in it, and it had the sound effects from the movies in it and stuff like that. And it was just, and it had the continuing story aspect of it that we knew from the movies. So I really liked it a lot. I've got them all in one form or another. I taped a few when they were on in repeats, and then downloaded the rest, and then bought the DVD, of course. I would be all over a complete series set of that. Jack Torrance shitting all over Star Wars.
How many times has he done that tonight?
He's done it a lot. I've been just kind of ignoring it. He's like,
whatever.
Let's see.
I laid out in
actually,
detail how that is stupid.
Actually, they were talking about how, is Star Wars going to beat the Avatar's record for top grossing? And Jack Torrance says, not prefacing it with "I think," but stating his opinion as fact here, says Titanic is the best out of the top 12 highest grossing. Has The Force Awakens beat it yet?
No, but it probably will tomorrow.
It probably, well, it's pretty amazing. And he goes on to say, The Force Awakens wasn't good at all. I think that's the only thing I agree with George on. He says, The Force Awakens was basically just a lot of action and lame characters. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. I'm just so disappointed. Oh, my God. Sorry, I just saw one of the usernames in here. Should probably I just missed and noticed now. Wubba lubba dub dub. I have been watching so much Rick and Morty over the past couple weeks. Finally getting caught up on that show. Oh my God, what a great show! If you've never seen it, you need to see Rick and Morty.
Inexplicably, still have not seen the third episode for some reason.
I don't know why. So funny. I love Rick and Morty.
Should have bought it for $10 on Black Friday, but I didn't.
So I don't know why Jack's so disappointed. Personally, I really enjoyed The Force Awakens. To me, it was the first Star Wars movie we've had in 30 years that actually felt like a Star Wars movie, and so.
Well, Sean, some people's opinions just don't count.
Well, that's true.
Because that makes no sense. From what I understand of the movie, I have not seen it, but it's a perfectly serviceable blockbuster with well-drawn characters, fast action, good editing, and not a lot of lens flare. So if he was expecting, I don't know, Shakespeare, maybe he should learn to gauge his expectations a little better and go in cold to a movie from now on.
Yeah. See, now Rosie and I watched all 6 of the previous films before going to see 7. We actually watched Return of the Jedi the same day we went to see Episode 7.
Nice.
So we watched in the morning and then went straight on to go watch Episode 7. So having the entire saga thus far fresh in our brains, I can honestly say The Force Awakens fits right in with it. It really does. I mean, it definitely has a slightly more modernized feel to it because it's a newer film, but at the same time, it is respectful of its roots. And at the same time, the biggest. I talked about this with my supervisor today. Again, no spoilers here, but the thing that struck me most about it, and what I really feel made it work so much better than the prequels did, was the humor. The humor in it was just so natural and so appropriately cheesy and genuinely funny, as opposed to the forced Jar Jar Binks comic relief BS of the prequels, which just made everyone cringe.
Well, Sean, you're just not educated enough in slapstick. It's truly an homage to Buster Keaton, but if that's okay, if you don't want to acknowledge the importance of Buster Keaton in film.
Kurt Richards says, George Lucas probably wanted more rocks in front of BB-8 in Force Awakens.
Yes. Well, I was just trying to add a bit of realism because, the mythic storytelling works better when you use realism.
You sound exactly like him. I don't know how you do that.
See a lot of people saying,
you just have to be the Lucas.
Saying, it's just rehashing stuff from A New Hope. No. Actually, it isn't. I see it as very deliberate, intentional echoes of certain thematic elements from A New Hope because it's setting up a similar storyline.
That's how you do a proper sequel/prequel to a movie.
My whole post I did on Facebook goes into that in great detail about how that is exactly what this movie should have been, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And
as soon as I see it, I want
complaining about that is being fucking stupid because
they're missing the point.
Historical impact of Star Wars, let alone the historical impact of The Force Awakens.
So after I see it, I want you to
nostalgic. It's a postmodern movie. For fuck's sake, postmodernism was all about fucking nostalgia. Look at the 80s when that shit was all coming in. You got fucking Back to the Future. You got all these fucking nostalgic movies all about getting nostalgia right in your freaking face. All right? True. And now we've got the post of that.
Preach, Brother Stout!
You get a fucking movie in Star Wars The Force Awakens that is very much referencing everything you saw in the original Star Wars, which was referencing a bunch of stuff that you saw from films in the past, like The Searchers, from the fucking movie serials, from
the Flash Gordon
series, brothers,
adventure movies.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing is people go in expecting Shakespeare, and it's not. It's basically taking very firmly well-established mythological tropes and putting a sci-fi spin on them, while at the same time paying homage to all this nostalgic stuff. So in the case, as Sal put it very eloquently there, as the original paid homage to classic films and movie serials, the new ones, it's existed so long now that it's homaging itself.
Well, and look, this is the new. Here's the news. Here's how it works. It's the postmodern. Right?
Post.
Look at this. Get this, guys. Now listen, we get 1993, we get Point Break. 2003, we get Fast and Furious, right? Which is clearly a remake of Point Break. And then you get 2015, 2 years too late, but you get Point Break, which is a remake of Fast and Furious. That's what it is. Because here's the thing, guys. When you tell stories and you watch enough stories, they're all the same story. Every story is a fish out of water.
See, to me, when I was watching The Force Awakens, I immediately picked up on all those little things because, of course, we just watched the original movies. So I immediately picked up on all those little things that were clearly echoing stuff. It's like, oh, that's kind of a callback to that, or oh, that's kind of a callback to that. I see what they're doing there. Like to me, it was.
Rub the nipple while you're saying that.
To me, it was not that they were running out of ideas or any bullshit like that. No, it was very intentional. It was very on purpose that they echoed those things, and it's not the same. It's the same but different. I mean, what's so wrong with history repeating itself anyway?
Exactly.
I mean, that shit happens.
History is currently repeating itself before our very eyes in our own culture. So
not to mention the fact this is chapter 1 of presumably a new trilogy. This is the beginning of the story. You can't expect to have all the answers. So things that may seem over the top or not make sense or what have you now will make sense 2 episodes from now. So just keep your fucking pants on.
Star Wars is built upon the hero's journey, so therefore, when you start the new hero's journey, it's going to look similar. Yes. The next movie, the 8, you're going to see the real path the movies are going to take. It's going to change.
Yeah.
There'll probably still be a downer ending, I'm calling it.
This is another episode 1, not the Phantom Menace, but it's chapter 1. We're starting fresh from here. We're acknowledging the past, but setting things up for the future as well. And I think as a pass the torch kind of thing, I thought it worked really well. The 5-year-old in me was very pleased by what I saw on screen. The 5-year-old who saw the original Star Wars in theaters when it was new and there was only one of them, and I've followed every single one since, I was happy with it. Okay? There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just love this picture of the whole time you guys were mocking and ranting.
That was me, like I was saying, that's Stout Man right now, being all like actually, no, this is me.
Disney too. I see what you did there. Says Star Wars is poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah.
I think it might have rhymed too much though.
It was so rhymey, and it felt like white slave masters. Oh shit! I didn't say that. Retracted.
I need to watch that fly on the wall documentary about the making of the Phantom Menace again, where all that footage of them watching the initial rough cut is.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious seeing them all just watching in horror, like, what have we done?
Right on the earth.
Even George Lucas is like, I might have gone too far in a few places.
It's like, fuck, I gotta redo this whole goddamn script.
Then he's just like, but I can't change anything because it's all like interlinked. And,
Yeah, he felt pretty trapped, I imagine, in some ways.
Well, there was so much
in some ways,
pressure, too,
in some ways I sympathize with him, and in some ways I don't. I sympathize that you feel like you lost control of the thing that you created from the very get-go, from Empire on. In fact, he felt that way because he wasn't directing them. They wouldn't let him direct anymore. They wouldn't back it unless he did it. So
I had a running joke for whenever he kept on doing special editions. I had the joke of, you know what, the next special edition he's going to put on there on Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back is going to say directed by George Lucas.
Yeah.
Well, he can't do that legally, but besides that, so just imagine how he feels. Like, 15 years later, or 10 years later, he finally feels the courage to go and like direct again. He's finally got enough money from all the merchandising. He's saved and scrimped and saved, and he directs it, and everyone shits on him for it. I mean, like, I feel for him a little bit. I do. But then I wouldn't also then go bitch and whine about it after I sold the property for $1 billion. So I'm saying that's where I don't feel sorry for him. Like, oh, boo-hoo, wipe your tears with $100 bills and move on. All right?
He even says after a screening of his rough cut, he goes, I think I may have went too far in some places.
Yeah. Well, that's what I say. That's in that Fly on the Wall documentary. You'll find it on the Star Wars, the Phantom Menace DVD.
It's actually on the official YouTube site and very high quality too. So.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, I don't know how available those DVDs are anymore. They're probably collector's items now. But,
you can get them pretty cheap on eBay, a couple bucks.
Oh, really?
For each,
well, then again, it is the prequel trilogy we're talking about.
Exactly.
So
that's the thing.
Nobody cares.
Maybe they're like $10 because of the movie, but I mean, it's not that too bad. It's not too bad.
The documentaries on those I actually really enjoyed. I really found those interesting. Sort of just looking into the creative process in terms of the effects and the design and stuff like that. We won't talk about the dialogue.
Strange guy posted the GIF. People after seeing episode 1. It's the scene from the IT crowd where the boss just pops out the window.
Good day, gentlemen.
Jack Torrance was saying that one of the main reason like it is because it was like that the cinematography. I'm getting that that's what he's having a problem with. Is the cinematography is different, and it's going to be different. You don't got the same people working on it that you did.
Some of them are dead.
30 years ago. So.
Yeah. And obviously, if you've got J.J. Abrams directing, it's going to be a J.J. Abrams movie.
I knew there wasn't a lot of lens flare, at least.
No, there wasn't.
The way that it's shot is very much not even remotely the same way that the original Star Wars movies were shot. Not even the same way that the prequels were shot. Not at all.
God,
it's very different.
Imagine the restraint.
I knew, and I was talking about from the very beginning, before the movie came out, like months before the movie came out, talking about how I was worried because I felt like that might affect my enjoyment of the movie too, because I knew it was going to be different, because you've got all these different people working on it, so it's going to be different. But I had time to to get over that. I had time to be like, well, it's going to be different. Prepare yourself for that.
Yeah.
So if you didn't prepare yourself for that, knowing full well that that's what you were going to get, then
no, there is definitely a.
No, I was going to say, imagine the restraint on JJ to not make the first 5 minutes just lens flare-tastic. You'd be like, you sit in 5 minutes,
as you're trying to read the opening crawl, like,
He's like, he's sitting going, I wonder if they'd hate me for the first 5 minutes. There's tons of lens flare, and just didn't use any more.
Tons and tons and tons.
Did you see someone saying, hey, JJ, do you want to maybe do one of those traditional wipes in there? Like, nah. They're just trying to get him to make sure he doesn't do too much fucking lens flare.
Yeah.
That in itself is a fucking challenge.
Star Wars
getting him to also do like
its own lens flare effect.
God, getting him to also do original wipes and shit just wouldn't have happened.
Mr. Horace says, "Wait, Sean actually went to the movies?" I had a feeling you'd make an exception on Star Wars 7. Yes.
Yeah.
There are certain things I will make a point of going out to see. I might not get out to see them opening day, but I will get out to see them while they're in theaters, and that was definitely one of them. Yeah, any of the Star Wars movies, I mean, I have seen all the Star Wars movies in the theater. So
I have also just not an opening day.
Yes. I didn't see the special editions in theaters, but I have seen the originals when they originally came out. And
I didn't see any of the originals, but I saw the special editions.
And the prequels as they came out. So yeah, I'm not going to break that tradition. I will see every Star Wars movie that comes to the theater. Oh, I didn't see Clone Wars, but that's okay. I wasn't broken up about not seeing.
Oh no, you cried. You should have cried. You missed a movie.
Well, that wasn't a real Star Wars movie, you know. So.
Action. It was just a 2-hour action sequence to bridge the two movies.
If you make Star Wars, Sean will come. Yeah.
All over his pants.
Well, the Clone Wars movie is like the sort of prequel to the animated series, like the.
I saw that though. No, I'm saying
the 6-season series.
I saw it on Netflix like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. I see.
It was decent. It was a little boring.
I still want. I'm gonna wait until I get the series before I get the before I watch the movie.
Yeah, they're all on Netflix, so I watched a few episodes of that too. The series is a little bit better, but the movie drags.
The series, yeah, I understand. I've seen a few early episodes of the series. I understand, like season 2 on, it just gets amazing and gets more and more amazing until by the time it's over, you're like, fuck, it's over. God damn it! Why didn't they keep doing this?
And then Rebels starts. And you're oh, let's go watch this now.
Then Rebels starts, and Rebels is lots of fun. I've seen a few episodes of that.
Yeah, I don't think people much had to worry. I mean, Manic had a good point here. He said, considering Abrams is an unabashed Star Wars fanboy, I don't think it would be difficult to convince him to do a traditional scroll sequence.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know,
J.J. Abrams, like I know him.
When you see the trailer, it's all you really need to see in order to know that you're not going to get a traditional Star Wars movie.
It felt
because at the end of the original fucking teaser, what do you see when you see the Millennium Falcon? You see the fucking camera doing fucking loop-de-loops in midair.
Loop-de-loops.
Do you remember that from the original Star Wars movies? Because if you do, you're smoking something, and I want to know what.
Well, hold on.
Yeah, and where can I get it?
Hold on. Return of the Jedi had stuff like that.
Not to that extreme, though.
Well, not to that extreme, but still.
Oh my God.
No, that's the thing. He's talking about loop, not just spinning.
When you watch the original trilogy, you can see how the skill of practical effects evolved over the course of those 3 movies.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the next movie they had so much more time.
I mean, you look at the trench battle in the first one. It's great. I mean, it's a still wonderful, iconic, exciting scene. Still holds up beautifully today. But you compare that, just the motion of the ships and the motion of the shots themselves, to say some of the fights, battle sequences in Empire, and then compare that to the frickin' the final battle around the Death Star 2. It just that is
one of my favorite pieces of film, actually.
Completely different world of effects compared to the previous 2 movies.
But that's because by the 3rd movie they got the robotic controlled arms and stuff, so they could program precise
motion control.
Repeated, they can do precise repeated motions. Doing
amazing.
Yeah.
The thing that still blows me away about that to this day is that watching that battle sequence, I think every single one of those ships is a practical effect. Every single one. And then composited together and to create this massive battle sequence. So somebody was puppeteering or programming that one ship over there, and that one over there, and that one over there, and those other 800 ships. And it's just
stop motion essentially, but you let them go and you bring them all back and you go, okay, so now that I see all these ships are going this way, I need to make this one go this way, and they program each layer, and then they just let it go and they record it, and it's just so cool.
Amazing, and the end result is so fucking spectacular.
But it doesn't compare to CGI flippy spinny shit. I'm just saying, in terms of dynamicism.
but it's very close.
One could argue that it's a bit too dynamic, over dynamic.
Yeah.
It's a bit distracting.
There was a little bit in the new one. I didn't think it was like Michael J. Bay. Michael J. Bay.
What the hell?
You know who I mean.
Physical restraints.
Michael J.
Speeding cameras.
Physical restraints would rein that stuff in. I mean, CGI, there's no restraint. There's no self-control.
Yeah.
There's overindulgence like crazy.
Yeah, that's true. I've noticed that even since the dawn of CG.
Oh, absolutely.
Camera going into impossible
Since Lost
places.
World, essentially.
Yeah, well, even before that, like a lot of sort of, just little short CG films when CG was just being initially experimented with by ad companies and stuff like that. It was just like, that always bugged me about it, was that they would have, say, a camera flying through a canyon. And it's like, okay, cool, you got this cool flying through a canyon shot, following a bird flying through the canyon. And instead of just flying through the canyon, the camera would drift over this way and then just pass through this impossibly small space between two rocks on the side of the canyon. And I'm like, really? Why did you do that? That just took me completely out of this otherwise beautiful sequence.
I remember that when you're talking about it, actually.
Do you?
It's like one of those mind's the mind's eye.
Yes, it is. I think it was Beyond the Mind's Eye, if I remember correctly.
That's right, motherfucker, the black tape.
You know exactly the one I'm talking about.
On the cover or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I have the soundtrack to that, actually. I loved the music in that.
God.
It was a great compilation. They did 3 of those.
Damn animated bird thing. That pissed me off then, too. Dude, I didn't know why it pissed me off, but it would annoy me.
Yeah.
Like
the majority of it I really liked.
All right,
that one sequence that just annoyed me. So, all right, good night, Garbage Gamer.
Hey, unlike other people, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
All right. I also got work to do, but not until later, so I'm okay.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace, bro.
So anyway, yeah. I liked The Force Awakens. I will buy it on Blu-ray. We'll watch it.
I still haven't seen it, and I can't wait to see it.
Oh yeah, I know you'll enjoy it. You'll have fun with it.
Like I said, repeated viewings actually do add to the movie because they made it that way. Where, each time you watch it, you're gonna.
I found that about
see new things.
Yeah, I found that about all the Star Wars movies. Oh, one thing I pointed out to Rosie. The Wilhelm scream.
Yes!
Nice.
I didn't notice it the first time, but the second time I went, I noticed it.
She pointed it out to me when we watched episode 7. She's like, oh, the scream! They just did the scream! I'm like, really? Because I pointed it out to her when we watched episode 1, because we watched them in story order this time. So we started episode 1. When we heard the first Wilhelm scream, I was like, did you hear that scream sound there? And I ran it back so she could hear it again. And I said, now listen carefully. You'll hear that scream at least once in every Star Wars movie, and it's like, okay.
In every Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and then that
too, I think.
And I said, yeah, you're gonna hear it in a lot of other movies too. We missed the one in episode 2. We couldn't find it. We know it's in there somewhere.
The clone trooper, I'm pretty sure. Who gets
I think, yeah, probably. So we found all the other ones. Return of the Jedi, she was sure she heard it a couple of times, but it was just similar sounding screams.
I think it's during the Genoshan battle.
Yeah.
The fucking arena.
But I think so. It's like one. I think
the Reek, the rhino thing called the Reek, which nails the guy, and that's when he screams.
Yeah.
I think it's been a long time since I've seen it, honestly.
But yeah, so there you go. So Rosie now is aware of and actively listening for the Wilhelm.
I
can't wait to see it, honestly.
Let me put it this way. My mom rarely ever goes out to the movie, and when she does, and whenever I get to go to the movie with her, I can tell you I've gone to the movies with her several times in my life, and she'll sit there and watch the movie and she won't say anything. For the first time ever, while watching Star Wars The Force Awakens, she could not shut up. She kept talking and be like, what do I see? She's just getting excited about what's happening.
Shut the fuck up, people are trying to watch the movie, Mom.
No, I already seen it, so I was just enjoying her enjoying the movie, because I'd never seen her get this excited about a movie before.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Smiled her hair down a little bit and had a little fun, huh?
I know, right? It was crazy.
God damn.
Yeah.
You should invite her out and be like, hey, I'm gonna go see it again. Huh?
No, she'd be silent then, because she's like, I've seen this already.
Oh, that's really sad. Oh well. Way it goes.
So,
Way she goes.
I guess that's it for this week, folks. We're gonna head off. I got to make fried chicken so I can go to bed.
Okay.
I gotta strong arm Justin into watching a movie.
Awesome. I'm probably going to do some more editing. I got lots more first impressions coming your way. I actually filmed a whole bunch of them over the past couple weeks. Let's see. Right now we're in the middle of Mars Warlogs, which is a really cool sci-fi RPG. I might actually pick that one up. And coming up next week, we got... Let's do a quick preview here. After Mars Warlogs, we got Crimson Land, followed by Scourge Outbreak, followed by Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. So
that
lots of cool stuff.
Is awesome.
There you go.
Don't even play the demo. Just buy the fucking game already.
I plan to buy it actually because I really enjoyed the demo a lot. So
fuck yeah.
I was going to recommend it to you if you had not already heard about it.
Yeah, fuck you. I already know.
I was like, dude, you gotta check this out. There's so much crafting stuff in it. You'll love it.
Like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, but yeah, Kingdoms of Amalur is cool. It was actually the story and background and everything was written by R.A. Salvatore, who's like Dungeons and Dragons scribe extraordinaire.
Something or other. I can't say his fucking name.
Is the elf guy? Yeah,
the black elf dude who's awesome.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah. So he obviously draws on his fantasy writer experience there and creates this whole new world of coolness. And then a lot of the design work was done by Todd McFarlane. So he definitely got some serious creative credentials behind this game.
You know, I had Todd McFarlane do some designs for me, and he just didn't work. You know, I don't know. Todd, he's a wily rascal. You know, he's a nice guy. He's a real jokester. You know, called me a cunt a lot.
So now it's time for Spawn. Turn out your lights.
Spawn, yeah. So I think after I do Star Wars 9, I'm gonna do a Spawn movie.
Alrighty then. Well,
I hate my fans because I want to be a real artiste.
Have yourselves a good week, everybody, and we'll see you next week. And we'll also see you on the spoiler on this. What are we gonna see each other on? I don't know. Goodbye. I don't even know.
My THX 1138 is still alone.
I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused.